Welcome back. Giving Tuesday is a global day of giving that falls on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. People everywhere do something good and support the causes and organizations that mean the most.
Yeah, and I'm sure you figured it out. Giving Tuesday is today. Over the past 4 years, Phoenix Children's Hospital has raised over $1 million through Giving Tuesday, and we're hoping to continue that tradition. So Tram is helping us out with that today. You've showed us all around that place, Tram. It's been great.
Yeah, and you know what? We're back at the Emily Center again, one of my favorite places here at PCH. And we talk about the amazing care that PCH gives. Well, talk about a world-class physician. Dr. Kruger is one of them. You specialize in gene therapy. And first of all, before we get into the exciting news, tell me about your work, about gene therapy and what you do.
Yeah, so thank you, Tram. So we are incredibly excited about the work that's happening at Phoenix Children's. As I was mentioning, we've spent more than a decade trying to understand what causes really fundamental neurodevelopmental disorders in children. Things that we're all familiar with that have affected many of our loved ones. Many of us are affected by them personally. Things like autism, cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, and epilepsy. So these are neurodevelopmental disorders that affect the way a child's brain will develop. And as we know, these are very prevalent and very challenging disorders to treat. But with this gene targeting therapy, we're looking at treating these conditions in ways that have never been possible before.
And that is the exciting news, because for the first time we are learning that this gene targeting therapy is actually going to be used starting next year. Tell me what goes into that.
Well, this really is the culmination of, like I was saying, more than a decade of work. So my research group, along with many collaborators, have been working on trying to understand what causes things like autism, things like cerebral palsy for many years now. And we've made incredible strides with diagnostics, often identifying a single typo in the genetic code that can make the difference between neurodevelopment, brain development happening the way that it should and taking a wrong turn. But up until this point, we've only been able to diagnose these things and to try to treat them with important interventions like therapies. But we've been lacking for medical interventions that could actually treat these conditions at their core. And this is now what we're starting to be able to do.
Yeah, and physically make that difference, right?
Exactly. We have very high hopes that some of these new types of treatments are going to be impacting kids in ways that have just never before been possible.
And in the simplest terms, how are you physically doing that?
So this really benefits from advances in genetics and medicinal chemistry, but physically what this involves is taking a DNA-like molecule that will seek out that very specific typo in the genetic code, and will be able to normalize the function of that particular gene.
That is really incredible work. We would love to obviously follow this journey when it starts next year, when you physically, it's kind of like you inject it into the body, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It has to be delivered as an infusion, but we're very excited to be beginning this work in 2026.
Just incredible. And right here in our own backyard. Dr. Kruger, we thank you so much for the work that you do. It truly, truly is miraculous. Thank you.